Thank you. Thank you very much, colleagues. I think let's start. Let's start. Thank you very much, Executive Mayor, General Kawa, Mr. Sibuyi, as well as Abu Koshi Aruna, Mkhuhlu, as well as Abunda Bezita, Mkhuhlu, officials from government across various departments. I see we have senior officials from Civilian Secretariat for Police, officials from the South African Police Services, Correctional Services, Health, and all other departments that are here. The municipal manager of Bushbuck Ridge local municipality, Tatana Ngobeni. Let me extend the greetings to all our partners in the fight against crime, the community policing forums that are here, men and women in blue, the community patrollers, and everybody else that is here. Before I go further, can I ask that the Tana Matumbu by Pulela Ishpongel, and then we will go forward. Yes.
Sanibonani, ninjani? Siyakuyovula umsebenzi wethu ngomthandazo. The Bible says, the fear of the Lord is the beginning of wisdom. As we are going to invite the Holy Spirit to be within us, so that everything that we are going to say here will be a success. Shall we rise and so that we can pray? Sinema ngatinyawo. Singavala amehlo. Baba, egameni lika Jesu Kristo, uNkulunkulu namandla, namhla ekuseni siyakubonga. Sibonga umusa wakho, ugcina esandleni sakho sokuphila. Sihlangene Jehova ngokuhlukahlukana kwethu. Sihlangene Jehova sizobonisana. Sihlangene Jehova ukuthi sakhe isizwe sakithi siye phambili. Sikhulekela amandla Jehova kulena ndawo nokuhlakanipha okuvela ekhaya ezulwini. Uthe baba uma simunye konke kuyakhonakala. Uma sihlangene asikudlula ngolutho. Uthi singahamba njani indlela yenye Nkosi uma singasimunye. So sikhulekela iunity babotophila isahlangene. Ngenelela kukho konke. Bonke abayokhuluma, bonke abayoparticipate, makube nguwe Jehova yokhuluma ngabo. All the information babotophila eyobakhona kulena ndawo, makube yena niyosisiza, yosiphilisa, yosenza siphile kangcono ezindaweni zethu. Sicela konke lokusine kwethemba egameni lika Jesu Kristu waseNazaretha. Amen and amen.
Thank you very much, Tatana Matumbu, for opening Pulela Ishpongel. My name is Sibuyi. I work for the Department of Civilian Secretariat for Police as the Director General. It's unusual that I facilitate programs of this nature. But because this is a dialogue, it's not an imbizo where we come and address and we go. This is a dialogue, this is a feedback session. I thought it's important that we facilitate it the manner we're facilitating it. Without wasting time, let me ask with great humility the Executive Mayor to quickly welcome us so that the Executive Mayor.
My Cancer Director General, the Komela Kutekankarlo, Mkhuhlu, DG, Mr. Sibuyi, Mkhuhlu,
One, two.
the Cancer MMC saved the people were safe. Already I've greeted you, Director General, from the Civilian Secretariat Department. Let me also take this opportunity to greet the MMC for disaster kusuka Enhlazen District Municipality, Councillor MMC Shakwane, the MMC responsible for safety, security and liaison under Bushbuck Ridge Local Municipality, Councillor MMC Luther Matauzen Mkhuhlu, ni pfuxela ka vuhosi bya hina hi ku xixima ni ku hoxani ni ku xingwenyana. Ni tlhela ni pfuxela ka vukhosi va rina ke ri vakwena. Let me also extend my greetings, DG, to the Major General, DG Kaba, and your entire entourage from the men and women in blue, the peace officers, Nipushela ka the correctional services led by Babankosi na timu ya Mwina, mfundisi wa mina. Nipushela ka our host councillor, Loyanga Ikoma in Haleni. I believe, report ya we councillor, what Councillor Bayom Pangana, it's Hamairi Rich because we have got many programs. We are also coming back here on Monday with Honorable MEC Sasekan Manzin for health. I will short a report, I believe, when you have to submit your reports to the Honorable Speaker. Shaku favor, shaku fambela kahle na pfumela ku khisa makahle. U khongela, because ku khisa makutele. The office of the Honorable MEC Masiye, who was supposed to be represented by the HOD, I want to salute the representative. Nipushela, ikuhlawuleka, the patrollers and stakeholders, minga kona muntla. Kubana namuntlha hi ta engage in this powerful engagement. The Office of the Executive Mayor, led by the Office Manager and the Private Secretary to the Executive Mayor. Navani hinkwavo hi ku xiximeka ka n'wina hi ku hambanahambana, tamanini, dumelangi, avuxeni, sanibonani. Our DG, I must indicate that Bushbuckridge, as you know it because you are also Ngwanamobu, you are born and bred here, is a very welcoming, warm, good place with good people. Banba Bushbuckridge, in Tumbuluko wabo, Ivan Bakash, Banbalana, Bushbuckridge, Banbagash. Ngiyathemba so babonile nawe uma usebenta nabo lana station manager. Babonile ukuthi bantu bakahle. Laba bangayendi tona kusiba la ebush. It's either bate ngoba bate kubogogo or bate ngoba lokunye nakunye kubabeke la ebush. But the people of Bushbuckridge, I welcome you. I'm welcoming you to the people who are very warm at heart, who are welcoming, who are able to take people into their homes. Yeshubone ngopi malembela wa yaba 1995 chairperson wa music apumalanga hinkwayo tatana pencil. 85 ayirurela vanhu makaya hina vata ile ka refugee le Mozambique kwalo ka tinyimpi. Komba ku vanhu va Bushbuckridge wa welcoming. Ene van'wani ha tshama na vona namuntlha hi ku rona. It is important to indicate that it encourages us a lot as local municipality to have our government, which we know is government of the people by the people. Imfumo wa vanhu hi vanhu. Lexi kombaka swa ku mfumo loyi mfumo wa vanhu hi vanhu. Vanhu va fuma, people shall govern, as the first clause ya Freedom Charter ivurile ku people shall govern. You can see that other than what has happened, wherein the department represented by the Honorable Deputy Minister Matale, now we are coming back to come and have an engagement as the Civilian Secretariat for Police. So imfumo lo ukeraka, unakekelaka, ulabaka kubantu, babana say in what is happening in their community. I am mfumo wa kulava vanhu hi nkarhi wa ti vote. Van'wani vanhu voyo nya ngaka va kona la Bushbuckridge. Mta sungula ku va vona loko se ti elections ti tshunela. But your government that you have voted for, from time to time they come back, va interacta na n'we, va mvulavurisa, mi va na say, va famba va tlhela va vuya, va khela ku mi nyika feedback. So I want to appreciate what is happening. As Bushbuckridge le ku nga ndhawu ya kahle, full of very beautiful plantation with ridges, with valleys, with mountainous and bushy areas that we use for different things like our furniture. Na swin'wana, we want to welcome you ka ndhawu le ya kahle le misava ya ko inga nona. I call Bushbuckridge the Eden of Mpumalanga, because within the Mpumalanga province, this is the only sub-region where you'll find almost all types of fruits and vegetables. The deciduous, not the citrus fruits, tikumeka la ka hina. Yo mhaka vanhu va Bushbuckridge va kombela ku va nga dlayi hi ndlala, because u nga rima marhupi u xavisa. Sweswi van'wani va xavisa tindluwa, na mina ni xavile. U nga rima mova, u nga rima loko swi ku hlula swa ku rima hi ku mavoka ma kona, u ngo ya nhoveni ya khandziya misinya mintoma na makwakwa, u omisa nkwakwa, u kandza u xavisela hina va ku hi lava ku dya ku ndzeni ku nga hi hluphi. So that is how Bushbuckridge is rich. You have fruits, you have vegetables, you have plantation. So it is important to welcome you in this beautiful area of Bushbuckridge. Let the community engagement and the stakeholder engagement goes well, DG. As Bushbuckridge being a gateway to the Kruger National Park, Havana peace, ba station commander ba me, vana peace. People of Bushbuckridge va feel that safety. People who are coming to our area of Bushbuckridge as tourists coming from areas that fana na ba Canada, your USA, your anywhere you can think of, because he interacted na boma vikila manga ndlula towards Easter. Barkwala a Bushbuckridge. Batitwa ku they can come from time to time. We want to appreciate also na Atama Hansiku as we welcome you in Bushbuckridge, where we have our own as patrollers who are also lending a hand in the subs in ensuring that crime is taken down up to 0% if it's possible. Thank you so much, Director General.
Thanks a lot, Executive Mayor. We now feel welcomed, and Marjawe, they are so encouraging and correct. Where there is crime, definitely, Executive Mayor, there will be no development. That's very true. That's why crime has to be eradicated if there is anything like that. Can I quickly ask Mr. Sibuyi to quickly make the remarks in relation to the purpose of the event, and then I can quickly then get into the heart of the matters. Mr. Sibuyi.
Thank you very much, Program Director, for the opportunity given to me. I'm standing in here for the HOD, Magama Sibuyi, who could not be with us today. Maybe let me start by first greeting to the Executive Mayor, who have just warmly welcomed us. My greetings to the Director General from the National Office of CSPS. My greetings go to Abondabezi Talabakhona la, ngekwahlukana kwabo. Greetings to all the senior managers that are here from different stakeholders, the colleagues, the foot soldiers, our community in blue, who are doing a tremendous work. And everybody else who's here, receive my greetings. My Bongani Gupai is my name. I'm here just to say why are we gathering here today in this fashion. Maybe it's worth saying that on the 11th of November we were here in this very same building, seated like this. Also, we had the honor of being visited by the minister, the deputy minister, DM Matale, together with the deputy minister of sports, Mr. Chocho, seeing a community engagement. In these meetings, a number of issues were raised, which needed attention of our government. They were raised that we need to work on them. So today we're here to have an interaction about those issues that were raised. I want to believe that most of them were issues that has to do with the safety of our communities. The executive mayor has clearly indicated that this is the most beautiful sub-region with all the different kinds of foods, the citrus that you can find. And this region also has the Kruger National Park, which there's no any game reserve anywhere in the country which is as good, as beautiful, as big as this one that is here next door. Therefore, that means there's a lot of economic activity going on this side of the land. A lot of investment is being brought here. As I was driving here, I could see other new developments around, and I can tell there is a lot of economic development. But I want to indicate that as long as there's no safety, we will never see what we are aspiring in terms of economic development of this area. In other words, we've got a huge responsibility to make sure that our people are safe and feel safe. Let me repeat this. Our people are safe and they feel safe. That's our main task. We're here to deliberate on those issues. The Director General has indicated that we are here on engagement. So that spone good city in Votiyendega, umphakathi wethu uyanakekeleka ngendlela lefanele. I must indicate that Masla, especially after the deployment of the District Commissioner, Major General Klaba, we noted that in the station, in the area, the jurisdiction here, where she is working, the crime were beginning to slow or go down. In other words, there was serious improvement which her deployment here has done, and we really appreciate that, General. Besicabanga ukuthi umsebenzi wemaphoyisa umsebenzi wabobabe. But I can agree with Bogoto can provide proper leadership. And indeed, namanje we are still witnessing that. Nyate ukuthi kunema foot soldiers on the ground la sebenda kulomkhakha. Therefore today we need to engage further and say, are we improving? If we are not improving, what are those areas which we need to attend to? What are the systems that we need to put in place so that we are able to see the light of the day? Because Executive Mayor, anywhere where you go, basho ukuthi ayisilele kahle. Savuka kahle. Noma sinemisebenzi thina abantu labamnyama sivamile kuba nemisebenzi lesibanayo emakhaya, migido nyalo nje isikhathi sekukhumula lezi. Asifuni ukuphazanyiswa bugebengu. Sifuna kubana the peace that we want. And I must indicate that our freedom can never be complete as long as our communities are not safe. Freedom here too as South Africans relies on how safe are the communities. Colleagues, in a nutshell, that's why we're here today. Let's engage further and see how well do we reduce this scourge of crime. Thank you very much, DG.
Thanks, Babu Kupai, for that purpose. Direct, come. Come. Are you going to make the presentation from here? All right. So what is going to happen now? I will allow Mr. Ndul, but Mr. Ndul, akhulume ngesintu, akhulume bangashitive sangana, awule Swazi, lo bangashitive Swazi, abulabule Zulu, angashitive Zulu, angabuli Shivisi, abulabule Shukula. MMCs, my greatest profound apologies for not having acknowledged you initially, both MMCs. My profound apologies. Executive Mayor, I have never seen the support of MMCs anywhere we go than the support lay Kumagalogwe Bush package. It's so beautiful. Thanks a lot, MMCs. So leswi nga ta endleka sweswinyana, Mr. Ntuli is going to make a presentation. I'm sure presentation is always English, but it ends a presentation ya issues what little raising. Then avula ku on each and every issue kuyendleke lives. But kunat issues letting at the remover in the presentation that are personal. Letting an individual to individual specific cases. We have removed them there. But the team that was doing the presentation, my hope is that they are communicating with those individuals directly on those specific issues, because some of them were very sensitive, some of them were extremely confidential, because some of them investigations are underway. Mr. Ntuli.
Thank you. Ngiyabonga Program Director, DG, for Civilian Secretariat for Police Service. I-cancer kunina nonke labatele lawana. I'm standing on the protocol. Yakutiba kurina laba bahusi baka Mkhuhlu, buhosi baka Matibela. They are under Contralesa and the Khoisan leadership. Now, my report goes as follows. At the meeting, Laihlangene Lawan, Itwananile, the DG, there were commitments that were made here very clear. Sakusungula, Itwananile Kuri, Department of Community Safety and Security, HOD, committed the following. Kuri, every quarter, batahlangana, babulabulisana, nga crime and security in the community of this district. Further, batwana nilokuri, loku bana kwatali nebanga komi kwatali JCPS meetings. But then batwana nilokuri, kusungula renkari la dichina kona lawan. Bata koma JCPS cluster. And in that JCPS cluster, they'll discuss crime and security of this area. Batwana nakuri, the development of comprehensive action plan for the implementation of the recommendation, the plans that have been agreed upon here, but that could implement. Now, community policing forums. Nibulabulile kurele nilaba wakelwa for your services. Loku ni patrola, loku ni endla community policing forum work. Now, Department ya DG Loan. Baile bali huputsa hore likono fumana mapeni ko government kufanele kuri ko changiwa subs amendment bill, act. It is now a bill. It must be changed. Kufanele kuri changiwa kuri. Loko nito hakelwa high salary. Nito hakelwa kuri siyanibonga for your work. That's why ita try gore ni le shabela tibutsu ribone gore no libeli uniform ni be bahle kanje ni bahle man identifiable kanje. But for that to happen, the act must incorporate that, because then that's how government works. As hamislangane konini nabangane bethu sithi no ayi wena mngani wami ngizakunikeza kusasa. First we started the law. So we are busy with the law. This year 2025-2026 was supposed, it's an objective, is what the DG and the provincial national commissioner have agreed to, that they must work towards the approval of the amendment bill. Kurba is a parliament, and then parliament, inside that bill, there'll be this amount that must go to CPFs. I'm sure you're doing anonymous. Now, niye nabonisa ukuthi anitrainwa ngakahle ku CPF kunesikhalo. Now, DG, there is a very clear program we followed in this area from 2023 to the present. The CPFs that have been trained is Mkhuhlu, that's where we were yesterday, Mbuzini, Kapogweni, Hazy View, Calcutta, Skumansdal, Tonga, Nemasoi Ikon. Now, those who could not make it so far, Bewi Malelan, Komatibord, White River, and Nelspruit. And the dates on which they trained, Calcutta, 2020 to 2021, April 2024. Imariti satellite, we did training for them on the 22 June 2024. Imadras, 20th July 2024. Calcutta, again, 3 to 4 August 2024. Calcutta, we also did it again on the 10th August 2024. Calcutta, we also did you on the 2nd of September 2024. This district has 29 stations and 15 were trained in 2023 and 18 are outstanding, with only 4 apologies that were indicated. The outstanding CPF sector forums training will be conducted in the second quarter of this current financial year. Assessed CPF and sector forums were found to be functional. So in other words, we can't say we'll train every body that we have been mentioned in the 29th district, because some are functional. An assessment of the sector crime forums was conducted with an appointment of the sector commander. Now, we must try and find out what are actually the root cause of police station withdrawal of cases that are related to GPV, because the time we were here, most cases, banofumana message on their phones or no, your case is withdrawn. And you know that can now. What are the causes for that? Especially when it comes to GBV, most of these cases are voluntarily withdrawn by complainants. Baria, banu labana bafamba bari no, in a case, onu tlaile, onu babisile, what, then babu wakusas. Logu masegu polile, bajabulisa in a foot, at I know, I keep managing a withdraw. They say that's a report. It's what we got from, because police on this one can't lie. When you go there, they'll write lapha ngithi uthi babhale ukuthi you withdraw. Bayabhala amapolice. So that's one of the things ebonakalayo. The other reasons that just after the arrest, immediately on the first and second appearance in court, complainants pardon their perpetrators, boyfriend and husband. I've explained that. Corruption. During the financial year 2024-2025, no member has been arrested for corruption, and members are sensitized about corruption during on and off duty parade. In other words, every day, police, when they start to work in the morning, their commanders, respective commanders, do read out the act and the conduct of what the police how should the police conduct him or herself. Visible policing, number of patrol teams were strategically established at our station hotspot areas. Operations are being conducted on the hotspot areas, more especially from Thursday to Sunday, because those are the problematic days. Lack of proper investigation. There has been a trust deficit between the police and the community in the district. Ure unali akuthi asethembekali. Kunokungathembani between amaphoyisa nomphakathi. Bese logo sikubiza ukuthi i-trust deficit. Shuthi kune gap lapho, and then that gap ihamba ngama percentages, but it's not a positive percentage, I must say it. Shooting inkulu le gap, we need to strengthen it on the side of the police and on the community also, that trust which be called. After engagement of the Director General of the Civilian Secretariat for Police Service, members of the community voluntarily joined the CPF structures. So, after the DG was here, there's a change. There's a change that now more people are joining. Okusukuthi nani ma CPF, anisavimbi. Nithi no yithi kuphela nivumela nabanye. Ukuthi ba join ba patrol and all that. So it's one thing, remarkable report evelayo. Hotspot areas are being patrolled and the detection rate has increased. There is more of intelligence information coming forward since the engagement. Resources, vehicles that we've checked here, the actual vehicles, because some police are calling them vehicles, but asina ma resources, asina bantu, asina. Now Gutiwa, actually they are about, at the time we were here, there were about 28 vehicles, and that they've been granted 40. They had 5 personnel. The actual was 183. It has been increased to 198. In the previous financial year, 2024-2025, the province had challenges on the following areas: murder, house robbery, carjackings, sexual assaults, and GBV cases. Improvements have been noted. Murder. Solving such cases is still a challenge due to lack of information. 2, House robberies, arrest has increased compared to previous financial years due to fingerprints linkage and informers. Carjackings, no information yet on the syndicates, but it shows a decrease due to the operations and patrol teams initiated at station level. Sexual assault, more arrests have been executed as most of the suspects are known by the victims. GBV cases, it shows 100% arrest rate and low in conviction rate due to the cases being withdrawn before the court by the complainants. In other words, amaphoyisa ayawenza umsebenzi when it comes to GBV. Inkinga esekhona ukuthi umphakathi mhlabafundisi, church organizations nabanye, traditional leadership, kuzofuna ukuthi sizame abantu bayeke ukukhansela ama-case, withdraw ama-cases, because lana ibonisa 100% ukuthi uSAPS uyawenza umsebenzi wakhe lana. Substance abuse. Calcutta, Department of Community Safety and Security and Calcutta SAPS conducted community engagements for liquor outlets in the Calcutta Policing Precinct on 10th and the 15th of April 2025. This will be, I'm sure it must have already passed. This will be addressing issues of compliance, safety and security for patrons. Most cases registered in the police stations emanate from non-compliance. Special program dealing with illegal substance and drugs. Unannounced random searches were conducted by the Department of Community Safety and Security in collaboration with Calcutta SAPS, Department of Employment, DSD, DCS, Bushbuckridge Local Community, Sanka, CPF and CPF on the 18th of February 2025, Ekamadlala and Hlomani Secondary Schools. The vandalism of government property. The question was related to Hoshani and Mapulane College of Education. Two buildings belong to the Department of Education and are vandalized. The Department of Community Safety and Security and Liaison is responsible for the provision of security personnel to guard the government buildings, clients departments and submissions, and provide budget for each building to be considered in the deployment of security. There is no security deployed for both buildings, and hence there is vandalism. In February 2025, Madondo and Kayaza High Schools, data was retrieved from learners and sources. School safety enforcement plan to address the following. Unannounced school random searches were conducted by DCSSL in collaboration with the police and the respective departments and institutions. Municipal laws, shops in the vicinity of schools were raided by the municipality law enforcement team on the 20th February 2025. One shop was found to be selling dacha and illegal cigarettes by a foreign national. It was also found that there is a daycare center in the same building. Awareness campaigns against illegal substance and drugs in Bushbuckridge local municipality during the month of May 2025. Regulation of tuck shops, vendors around schools noting nothing illegal was found during the search for the above schools. Tavern shippings. On the 18th February 2025, a shop within the vicinity of a school was also raided by the municipal law enforcement and was found to be selling alcohol illegally. JCPS worked together to address these issues. Hayi sengifike ekugcineni. DG, I've tried, and you can give me, I'm sure, at least more than 50%. Thank you.
Yeah, on the presentation, ningakunika more than 50%. On the language, I know. On the language, and same kunika 20 ungafika. Same kunika 20 ungafika. Thanks, Babuntuli, for presentation. I think those were the issues Leti community at raise on those dates. But I will then allow Major General Kaba to come and make the comments. And then after Major General Kaba to make the comments, I'm not sure, Major General, if you should come now or I should firstly open for the community to engage and then you come later. Which way? You can advise me, but you can come and make your comments.
Greetings to the Director General, Mr. Sibuyi, our Executive Mayor of Bushbuck Ridge, Bukhosi baga Mkhuhlu, baga Nkuna, ne baga Hoshani, ningixolele nabe ngidawukhuluma kabi. Then ngicela ningivumele ngithi all protocol observed. DG, maybe before I can maybe give feedback of the report of the visit of the DM at Chochocho, then of Shimungwe. I'm not breaking DG, but I want to inform you to say that yesterday here in Calcutta, there was a business robbery in progress at one of the liquor shop. Then the members responded quickly. Where a suspect from Masoyi, they went there, they robbed the liquor store, they took a lot of liquor and loaded in the car belonging to the shop owner. Then with the immediate response of the police, the liquor was recovered. With the car, 4 suspects were arrested, 3 firearms were also confiscated with a rifle as well. So, maybe while on Tuesday, DG in Leidenberg, we nearly had a murder of a councillor and a murder of a business person that is busy with the developing of the road between Leidenberg and Beggersford. What happened is suspects from all the way Johannesburg, they came here in Leidenberg, heavily armed with 4 vehicles, and then they went to the councillor's house only to find that he was not in the house because I think he was already aware that they were looking for him. Then they even go through to the estate where the businessman is staying. I don't know how did they gain entrance, but what was good was information was received, police reacted, security reacted, even that businessman, I still salute him because he retaliated and he shot at that mastermind. That they wanted the tender by force, and 7 suspects were arrested, and lot of firearms were recovered. Only 1 car that sped off, it was a BMW. But then those suspects are still behind bars, still at Tanzania district. Thank you very much, DG. DG, I just want to give the report of Chochocho because the DM came to Chochocho on 2024-05-19. But with due respect, DG, let me not indicate the complainant's name and their contact numbers, but I'll just maybe highlight what was the complaint all about. The first complaint was about Akonuk SAPS. The complainant alleges that when they call Akonuk police for assistance, police doesn't come, or sometimes they took long to respond. As community, they've lost trust in the police because some police officials seems to be colluding with the criminals. And also, he also suggested that there was no CPF at Akonuk. So through investigation at DG, it was found that there is a CPF in Akonhoek, and also because the complainant was not sure whether Roy Boklachte falls under which jurisdiction, because he was complaining about Mala while the matter was at Akonhoek. So we found out that there was a CPF and also their engagement that are taking place around Akonhoek. Then another one was at Mala, where they complained that the police station is locked during the night, of which it was investigated as well, DG, only to be found that at night, they are not locking the police station, but they are closing. So, but also there's a cell phone that is for the CSC that have been made available to the community if ever they may come and feel that there's nobody to assist. And also the phone number of the management is also being displayed and also given to the community of Mala. Then the other one was also from Mala with a case number to say that a complainant said that there was poor response by police needed due to lack of vehicles and human resources. So, and committee members does not have closure on cases that have opened due to lack of feedback. So what I can say, action that have been taken, DG, was that the complaint was attended, docket is still under investigation, then actual perpetrator of the crime was killed. It was a case maybe of that murder of a child, that the father left the child with the friend, then from there the child was found to be killed. But then the community killed that friend of the father. That is the alleged suspect. But now the matter is under investigation because we want to see whether we can link the father with the murder of the child. But now it's unfortunate because the main suspect was killed by the mob justice. Then also the fourth one of Chochocho, it was about a complainant alleges on behalf of his son that when her son's house was broken into and all his furniture stolen, a case was opened but nothing happened afterwards. Then case docket was perused. Unfortunately, DG, the suspect is unknown, so, but fingerprints were uplifted, so we are still waiting. Whenever that suspect can commit crime somewhere or be arrested somewhere, then the fingerprint linkage will assist us. Then the last one of Chochocho, the CPF of Chochocho, they allege that it was not operational. Because some other CPF members were selling each others out. So, but then what transpired there during investigation, DG, was that there were infights among the CPF, but through the office of the MEC, then they come down, and also the CPF were addresses, and those that were not interested anymore left the CPF, and others are still continuing. And the CPF is functional now at Mala. Then now, DG, with your permission, I can get into the report of Shimungwe, Calcutta, where the DM visited Shimungwe on the 29th of November. Then also the DG, there were only 4 complaints that relate to SAPS. The first one was that the complainant alleges that there was no police visibility, which result in suspect robbing and raping, especially families that are headed by females. Then the complainant gave us a cell phone number. Was given the cell phone number of Shimongwe police station. Then the victim of that crime, DG, through investigation, it was found that it was a TWASA initiate, and she was not found when the complaint was attended, meaning that she had already passed out. I don't know whether he passed out like us, but then she passed out and gone to her home where she's coming from, so we could not trace her. Then the second one was about Calcutta. There's a case number. The complainant alleges that the branch commander was not giving a feedback on progress of the investigation on case number that was provided. So then, on that one, DG, the colonel was tasked to give the feedback, and also when the docket was inspected, there's a form that the detective or IO is completing after giving feedback to the complainant. We call it SAPS 429. So then now they are completing that form, and also the victim of crime is also signing. Then from there, they're filing it in the docket as a proof that they've been given the feedback. But also, for now, suspect is unknown on this case, DG, but according to the A1 statement, there's only the statement of the victim. He doesn't even have a witness, but for now, he's saying that he's going to look for the person that's alleged to be a witness, that even knows who the suspect is. But we are still waiting for him to come forth and give us the information. Then the third one was about the complainant that she alleged that she opened a case, but nobody is arrested, as well as open cases. But the complainant have got 3 cases, DG. One was a house robbery where a vehicle was taken. Then on that one, the vehicle was recovered and given to her, but suspect was still looking for them because fingerprints were also uplifted on that vehicle. Then the second one is of intimidation against the victim, but then at court, because if it's intimidation, DG, we take all the statements and send to court for decision. At the court, they nolle prosecute, meaning that they didn't want us to charge the suspect, maybe true to the fact or what was given to us by both the complainant and the victim. I'm sorry, and the suspect, the alleged suspect, because he's not a suspect. Then the last one was the complainant complained that he opened a case, there's no feedback provided on the investigation of that case. On that one, DG, the old man doesn't even know whether the case was before COVID or after COVID. So when we're utilizing his ID number, there's no case that is opened on that ID. So, but we're waiting for them because the son is alleging it's after COVID. The father is saying it's before COVID. But as soon as they remember the exact date, then we can go down on our system and check whether we can assist or respond on that complaint. Unfortunately for me, DG, the complaint that were raised in this room, it was addressed by the Honorable Chief Director. That is all that I can give. Thank you very much, DG.
Thanks a lot, General. Thanks a lot, General Kaba. Let me go to the community now. These are the reports that we've got. Now, I would lovely send the report late. I'll take hands. I have noted lack of information on violent crimes. Murder is still a problem. GBV and F, gender-based violence, still a problem. But gender-based violence, I have noted to go community or the complainant, whether it's a girlfriend or it's a boyfriend who is a complainant. Bafika bapfule case namunla, munzoku ba rivalelana, the following day ba sule case, which is a problem. We must know this thing of murder. It's a very violent and serious crime. So we need serious collaboration, because these people in our communities, we know them. I don't know why. What are the reasons why we're not working with the police? So we need communities to work very closely, Namaporisa, when it comes to these violent crimes, so that we are able to get the people before court, and we are able to get evidence presented properly in court, and then they are being sent away. When they are being sent away, we must look after them very well, their correctional services. Look after them very well, and don't allow them, they still have contact with communities outside, but commit further crimes. Jail. That's another thing, so it's very important to work together. But I've noted we still have a problem, alcohol abuse. In terms of the reports, we still have a problem, alcohol abuse. Taverns, a lot of taverns, not complying with their licenses. Maybe General Kaba, we must take a no-nonsense approach when it comes to this thing. Impose heavy fines, close them where we need to close them, so that they know. Because sometimes we need to make examples, so that they know that when they say you don't sell alcohol to an underage, you don't sell alcohol to an underage. When they say your tavern must close at 10 o'clock, your tavern must close at 10 o'clock. And so forth. But let me open the floor if there are questions based on the report or as well. Let's do that. This session is televised, so it's not only here. Even other people who are not here, they can hear us what we are saying here around the country. Around the country. So let's do that one. Where are the mics? Mr. Kubai, please help me. There must be a mic there. Is there anyone? Yes, I've noted one.
Yes, another one.
Where? Okay, 2. I'm going to give you numbers, so you're 2. When I say 2, you are 2. Number 3. Ambikurigu, it's something if it's anything new, let's raise it as well, and talk about it. Number 3. Can I go to number 4? Number 4. Can I go to number 5? Where is number 5? Can we go to number 1 while we are still thinking? And colleagues, you will be writing, because I won't be responding or making any further comment. You will be responding, colleagues, all of you that are written here. You will be responding. Yes, go ahead. 1.
Sanbonan. Ninjani. Yeah, let me say all protocol observed so that I cannot make mistakes of quoting my principal around here. I've got few points which I want to raise with the speaker was giving feedback to us. The first one is for the CPF stipends. The government must stop somersaulting. This issue, when I remember, we started to complain about CPF stipends while General Nongwanya was here. We are about in an inch to say we are going to be given stipends. I can elaborate more. If the government really wanted to give CPF stipends. We have got a number of stakeholders under Department of Safety. We had ambassadors, we have got safety, which are today getting money. So, to me, I've been in CPF more or less 15 to 20 years. They are just playing about us. A lot of CPF members, now they've passed 60 years. They want to go for retirement. There's nothing. We have to say just, "Nambeni kahle." Because they've worked. This issue of changing, amending acts into what, they have told us about it. It's some years. We have got acts recently which have been amended and passed. There are 5 or 6. They've been passed and implemented. Why about this one? Badlala ngathi. Ngiyandlula. Le badlala ngathi akukho lokhu bahlula ukuthi ba-amende ba-implemente fast. Let's just badlala ngathi kuphela. Kumele simane sivume ukuthi we are going to work because it's a calling. Unkulunkulu mana sibiza ukuthi singavumi community yethu ukuthi kube nobugebengu. Community patrollers. We have launched several community patrollers. No training. It's only for the CPF. I've said this. Some, they might hate me. Abanye bazongibheka kabi, but I must say it. If the government ingangeneleleli ukutraina ama community patrollers, ma CPF atrainiwe. Ama community patrollers badinga i-training. They are making a mess. Yes, on the other hand, i-crime yehlile, but they are making a mess because now they think sebangibona uNkulunkulu. They can take decision yokuthi law siyamsusa completely. The government these days is just watching. There's a lot of number of cases. Lawa khona le Calcutta. Now, the investigating officers, they are playing dilly-dallying now. But at the statement, namhlanje baza ukuthi kunembizo la. They call in the morning, we want to come and take your statement. For what? Ngoba namhlanje bekumele kube ne-respond. Sebafuna i-statement esinye. There are cases la basemva kakhulu. Today bafuna ma statement. Kune case lebenginayo beyinemeda phakathi ya 2019. Bangifonele manje ngo-2025. Do you still remember that case? What happened from 2019 until now? It's because those guys bebasaphila, bebadlisana nabo bebasaba futhi. Because now they are shot and dead. Sebabuye bafuna statement. For what, General? They must come and take the statement within a short space of time. Bayenze umsebenzi wabo ube right. We love our subs. We love our investigating officers. But nabo sebavule amasiphaza shop. Bathengisa ama case. Babuye bathi no lo akayanga esikolweni. Sizomtshela ukuthi sicela case. Kunenye case nje engangijabulisi ngoba bafuna manje kuseni. Bafuna ukuzothatha statement. Last mass complaint esikhulume ngayo la. Mara today sebafuna statement esisha. Why the statement basithe banjani? Basithe bangusoba mind. Bebakusoba mind mathatha statement, but today because ngoba bazokuthi kuzoziwa la kuzofuna ukuthola feedback, bafuna statement futhi esinye. Let's fix that. Ukukhulunywa nge-trust deficit. It's caused by our own corrupt officials. If I can weigh, I'm a CPF member. I'm working with subs. Umanga weigh, the uniform, it's partly. But the investigating officers, the plain one, there's a number of corrupt officers within them. Iyo lento leyenza ukuthi kungabi ne-trust. Kuboshwa i-suspect yenza i-murder or attempted murder. Uyagijima bamnikeza lokho bamnikeza kona. Wena ngala umfakazi wasemariti. Bokufonela kuqala bakutshela ukuthi endoda mara wena lapha kule case le asazi ukuthi ufunani. Kune case le nami ngala ukuthi ngiyofakaza. Bangibiza ku station commander ngabahlanga namphansi bathi hamba ufakaza it's police wathi now sekumele sibophe wena ngathi ngibopheni ningivalele ngoba bengingenelwe ebusuku lobo bangimistile ukungibulala because of the investigating officers and ngiyamazi vele uyayizi itshotsho loye hayi nyana sikhale kakhulu ku province buyani ni investigate iCalcutta style auditing nibhekeni ukuthi lo muntu lo le mali yakhola yona angakuyenza lokhu na so ngalaba kutshela bakhombe ngesibhamba bathi hamba uyofakaza hamba original mawubuya you are dead ngalaba bathi no please go we will give you protection protection yani angikaze ngibona namunye imariti kuphela abantu abaningi general ama witnesses adujulwe aphelile mariti because of SAPS yibo labafonela lo muntu bayine docket bamkhombe ukuthi uyayibona ukuthi imenjana ayikami kahle ungasusa le witness later key witness ususena lena le the case is fine the person uzokhona uphuma toli abayilungise we know all of us ukuthi impilo inzima but ungathengisi ngabomfowenu ngabothengisa ngabobhutweni because wena ufuna kudla ngcono kunalabanye let's fix that. Withdrawal of cases, it's one and the same. Aba withdrawing ngoba bafuna withdraw. But withdraw because of fear. If fear they withdraw isabantu because they will go and tell you ukuthi if you continue with this we'll kill you, your family and your kids. Amanga lo muntu ukuthi ngoba statement basitheke ngiyi-1 bazi ngani ukuthi I'm the key witness double case. It's because of the officer. Asibazondi ngifuna ukusho ukuthi yabathanda. They are our brothers. Some they are our fathers. One police officer uthethe ifone wafika wahlala nami nimthembe kakhulu. Wangixoxisa wangibuza ngecase ethize. I was open and talking and doing whatever. The next time kuza a boss of a gangster uphethe telephone. Uza kimi. Ngomane benixoxani la uyayivula uyangibekela ngiyamamela it's my voice angeke ngisathinta yes it was me but la bengikhuluma khona bengafaka amagama wenu musi but you don't talk so with police awukhulumi kanje abanye basukela baya khona le prison eBabathon botshela labo tsotsi labale bale mariti ukuthi be careful nibhekeni uMr Sorenso uyinking baze bangitshela botsotsi ukuthi no you know what. Don't talk to police because we are working together with them. Ama cell phones ucabanga ukuthi wathola njani la. Uma ngafika simnike 1000 rand uzobuya nayo ipilo afika sinikeze. So on your senior positions ningamangaki. People are scared. Simane nje ngenhlanhla ngemusa waNkulunkulu. Sisele sisindile. But ayihlakanipha kwethu. So asikulungiseni lokho. Singalungisa lokho. Impela siyosebenza si-open thina kudala sisebenza namaphoyisa but basishintshele ngaphakathi njengotshwala obubile esiswini ngiyabonga.
Okay, number 2 somewhere here.
So on this side.
Oh, it's that side. Okay, proceed.
Ngiyabonga DJ lokhuluma kongi babine shayi. Angathi ukuthi ngiyavakala.
Zile since kunempatrol. Ite positive impact. Kona asiyali lapha nalapha kunemaphutha ema-community cause why? Asiyanga nemthetho kahle aswati kahle because asikho perfect but sizengenelele so simapatrola is because ngokukwata into etendeka ekutuwe ema-community bebafika bangene thola baqale kumake gogo bogcine emntwaneni bathola bathi ba-rape ngiko lokhu sivisa buhlungu ngikhuluma so ngibona ngema ngikhuluma so nami ngiyi-victim bengisebenza eChavel bafika bangena bathatha konke batente but lokho sensangani ngokukwata netinto etendeka lapha etuwe community siyacela nathi ma-stakeholders simapatrola siyacela siyafisa nathi ukuthi lapha ke stipend njengoba nikhuluma nisivaleni nathi simapatrola Cause labo already le car must pay kungena sinasicala ukucela sicale ngema-20 rand sihamba sicela. Laba ikhona abakhipha basinika and loko course lo 20 rand loya ngulo kumele athengele umntwana makabe esikolweni 5. Sisiyacela nathi singajabula ukuthi nisibale ngalake ma stipend ukuthi no. Bas no asicabangele ma patrollers lapha ko 20 rand to stopanyana lapha emakhaya nabo ukuthi no i-government isicabangele. Ngiyabonga.
Okay, thank you. That was the last hand. Let me get responses or comments. Anyone, I'm not going to call one by one. Can I get Mr. Ntuli? Executive Mayor, I don't know if there are issues for the municipality raised by Pensele and other people. You will also come, or the MM. Is there anyone, colleagues? Mr. Kubai, there is training. Where is Mr. Kubai? Yeah, there is issues around training of patrollers. You will also come as well, General. Mr. Ntuli.
Thank you. Thank you, DG. Ngiyabonga kakhulu. I think, let me take note of a direct dissatisfaction. Let me note it. Uguti, you are saying we've long been talking about the stipends and all that. I can only note it because I've explained other things beforehand. Then let me also further note the next level of the CPF, patrollers needs for the stipend too. I'm noting it. Let me also lastly tackle the one of what you call the CPF, also, their coordination. Maybe DG, let me explain something. We have observed, and I'm happy the district, commander is here. What we noticed is we've been training CPFs ending at the police station. And yet, when you go down on the ground, you find the patrollers doing the actual work there. So what we then noted, we need to then work with the police to introduce, not to introduce, but to revive the concept of sector policing. Because the sector policing is the one engenelele pants, because there'll be a station commander, a sector policing. Police stations will have various sectors. Now, these patrollers, they are working on the ground at the respective sectors or areas. Now, we then need to cluster commander, we need to revive, in addition to the station commanders for the CPOs, in addition to that, we need to revive the sectors, so that the sectors, when we, for it to know that we to be who is going to control the worksheet of those people? They must work at the patroller, at the sector level. They're working with the sector commanders of those various sectors. That's when it will be meaningful to get to the ground. And the rest, I do agree with wholly what we have said. Thank you so much.
Thank you very much, DG, for the opportunity. Ngicela kuqala ngale ceda khulunywa Chief Director sector policing nema patrollers. Ma patrollers DG I baby CPF within the sector, and lo kufanele kwendeke ukuthi ma sector managers satshelwa ukuthi awuyichinji only if promoter noma iyashona because iba ne relationship nale community leyiservako. So lokufuna kwendeke, Colonel Manana maybe angam introduce DG. Colonel Manana is the new station commander of Calcutta. Ngoba Colonel Mayindi have gone on pension in December. Maybe Colonel Manana ungasukuma bakubone, but ngiyacabanga sebayakwati. So lokufanele kwendeke DG ukuthi the way I know CPF babe kubai CPF at the station ayiveli iqale ibe CPF structure at the station iqala on the sectors kube nema CPF on the structure on the sectors that informed the mother body of the CPF. So kanjalo sector crime forum lama patrollers ay baby yabo because they are from the sectors. Lokusho ukuthi Colonel Manana asendanga kahle. Lokufuna ukuthi nyalo sibuyele back kulama sectors wethu because uma lama sectors I know ukuthi national instruction ithi Colonel station must have only 3 sectors, but looking at the area of Calcutta I think you must have more sub-sectors. So kufuna ubiyele kulama subsectors uyoqala phansi kuze ukuthi uma sikhuluma ngema patrollers ase Calcutta ngabe agcwele this whole DG because looking at how big Calcutta is ngabe kugcwele ama sector ma patrollers nema CPF ase Calcutta. Then issue yelo DG yababe Ngomane angathi kumbe Ngomane ngoba uvele waqala wangena endzabeni before atokhuluma babe Ngomane DG ngicabanga ukuthi icomplaint yakhe angayidilishi ngayo la Ngomane mina naye sitokhuluma ngoba nami sengiyayisaba lenkinga yakhe. So lengitokwenda ngidomthatha ngime naye ngifonele ihead DPCI in the province nginike inamba yakhe bakhulume bobabili kuthi badibana nini njani kutoba kwabo la katofika amtshele khona yonke le information bekasitshela yona ngoba ngiyasaba kunebantu la labangathi kusasa seyiphuma ngazi ukuthi ngimi lengabe ngimthengisile kanti cha ngeke ngize ngimthengise. Then ku issue ye gap DG ngicabanga ukuthi iya addresseka if ever sito go back to basic. I like what the CPF have said. Let's go back to basic. You cannot have a CPF that is not informed by the structures. Then ngicabanga ukuthi kunjalo na government wethu ngeke uvele umile nje ube imeya kungazange kuba na something at the level la nibuya khona mayor. So kufuna siqale lapho kuze ukuthi sito close le gap lekhona kule CPF yethu nakulama patrollers. So issue ama awareness campaign maybe I want to share with you ukuthi yini bengigwenda mina ngise station commander DG le ngubonile masipmalo ma awareness campaigns laba la eholweni la holweni abethi labantu abahamba ebusuku laba rage wakho kuta the law abiding citizen labalala ngo5 kuta bona batohlala la but laba lokuthi ngo3 bayavuka bayageza baye emathaveni abethi la ubita i-awareness campaign e-stadium angeke bete balele labantu babuya nyalo ekseni balele but mina lo bekungisebentela ngiyabatshela abo station commander bami i-awareness campaign mina bengiya kuma tavern owners ngikhulume nawo ngifika ngo6 o'clock bantu basesesoba ngifike ngikhulume nebantu ngibatshele ukuthi na uthi tavern nangabe yatata uthi udzakwa nga 200 rand phatha 200 rand ungaphathi 1000 rand ngoba takurofa na ungise bengibatshela nje na ungisesi ungenamali ungayi etavern unless uhamba nemuntu wakho nangaloku sinaniphuma etavern hamba bekunginceda icrime beyehla nema hijackings umuntu ufika etavern nemoto akasayati uthi uyibeke phi uyaphuma uthi bamhijackile imoto sikhiya usinikele omunye akasati. So ke ngisengisho ukuthi nani CPF ma awareness campaigns wena wendeni kuleti ndzawo la nto thola khona lama victims lamaningi uyakubona ningasho ukuthi sitawubita lana ngoba la kutoda bogogo labadilalela ngo3 labangahambe ebusuku uyakubona lenye indzawo nasema clinic ethu ngiyakuthanda eCalcutta DG uyambona lo sayitshena hamba ema clinic ngetikhathi labo makela batethwele bakhona khona ubakhulumisa ngoba ngibona basihluphako futhi bayahamba bese baba pregnant naba pregnant seba nje indaba tebantwana nje kona lokho bashiya abantwana balahla abantwana kona lokho nje bayaya babakhulumise kuma clinics during ma antenatal classes nasetikolweni nakhona bayakhulunyiswa sengisho ukuthi ma awareness campaigns wethu awangabi limited la sitofuna khona ukuthi kube nembizo kube nokudla asiwendeni in each and every sphere masipala ubite i-meeting police must go there. Mayor Stella a platform. We talk about crime because it's a community meeting and people are there. Councillor ubita a meeting. Call us as police. Sifike sitokhuluma ukuthi nguloko naloko lusihlupha councillor kule ward yakho ukuze ukuthi sibone ukuthi senda njani. Ngicabanga ukuthi ngikuphendule konke ngiyabonga DG.
Thank you very much. Once again for the opportunity. Yami, it's just one item. Le training yalama patrollers. We kaze General Klaba ukuthi ma patrollers atholakala at what level? Obviously, there are the sub-forums under CPF. Angisho ukuthi at the moment we only had a budget ma CPF to train them. As irazega la kule platform lenza ba train ama patrollers, we will consider it and see ukuthi singacala kwa assist kanjani, especially kulama priority stations la kubonakala khona ukuthi crime is vast. But for now, I think I must be honest to say for this financial year besingaka budget for ma patrollers. Kodwa stayibuka DG, we will consider them taking into consideration those hotspot areas and making sure that they get the proper training. Nyabo.
Awareness campaign. Nambona MMC wa safe to watsala itahamba ise yanale matave. Namajambo yavulavurisa vanhu, but otherwise I must indicate kuloko yinati imbizo. Naloko irna local AIDS council programs ivana boba xiphorisa ene va kota ku addressa vanhu va switwa ku mhaka ya crime ya kwini na yo, but then is to take an extra mile as indicated ka mhaka ya ku qacha. Mhaka ya ku qacha ndi tshame ni vula ndi ri ka ti-platform tin'wana including ka imbizo ngithi mina ngicela ukuthi le youth uthola ukuthi itithola maybe usemall la kune free wifi or lelo langa ngenhlanhla une wifi ungavuli ma status yabantu uhleke nje iya ku website ye government or ya ka masipala ukhona kubona ukuthi masipala manje uadvertise ini kuyasita lokho ngoba labanye uyothi babaqashe ngoba babadi ukuma ku hava vativi mara hi mhaka ku I hatla nena ku wa swi vona ku ku na recruitment ya masipala yi lava ti-internships yi lava ti-learnership a applya kwalaha online a tshame kwalaha mall se a tekiwa trainiwa a va plumber a va bricklayer a nghena dyondza swa mati sweswo. So ndakombela ku loko hi tshika hi ye mall at least a hi tirhiseni ku cheka ka ti-website kuma ti-information that can assist us ku hi kota ku endla njhani ku nghena. But va ka Department of Labour hi Monday va lava wonke umuntu va ta va ze va fika ka age of 45 ya hi vona yi karhi ya tsutsuma ndeni va ri tisani ti-CV ta n'wehe hambi u nga ri na matric kusuka ka grade 10 ku ya henhla age yi za yi pfala ka 45 va rejistara un'wana na un'wana loyi a nga ta va a ri koho cause va lava vanhu va ku tala va va nghenisa ka database ya ka labor swi endla swa ku loko se ku laveka vanhu mintirhweni va kota ku koka kwalaya mara loko nkarhi wun'wanyani hi nga fambafambi swi endla ku hi nga swi tivi xa makumu loko makhanselara ma vita ti-meeting a hi fambeni but mhaka ya mintirho na hina hi lava ku mi vona mi tirha loko mi nga tirhi ndaha ku heta ku vula loko ni mi welcome ni ku a hi raheni swin'wana na swin'wana leswi hi nga na swoho hi ri Bushbuck Ridge leswi nga hi pfunaka ni vona van'wanyana va luka na masangu se va ri vatsongo ni ku hawu vana lava ma tivelaku hi masangu a ku ndi ya tshama na kokwani ndi ku sangu va ri luka njhani hi ku sangu a ri lavi ndi xava nchumu ro laha ndi ya laha nkoveni minkova hi na yona ndi ya tsema midzi va luka vanhwanyana lavatsongo ni ku vanhu va va creative but otherwise mhaka ya mintirho na hina hi la ku mi vona mi tirha loko ri na ti-issues ta corruption ti-issues ta nepotism un'wana na un'wana mfumo wu na ndlela ya ku dila njhani na munhu wa ku fana na mina ndi ri executive mayor se ni qacha n'wana wa mehe ndi qacha mkon'wana wa mehe ndi qacha nunu wa mehe ku na ndlela yeleyo ya ku tirhiwa na mehe ndi jezisiwa I don't think swa hlupha sweswo hi ku sweswi ku na mhaka yin'wana yi taka ni la ku heta hi yoho DG just last week a ku lonciwa livi lemphakathi hi premier our honorable premier Mandla Ndlovu hi ri Witbank mata swa ku livi lemphakathi lisho kutsini lisho kuthi umphakathi utokhona kuthi ufonele or ubhalele premier uthi he premier mina ngibona umntwana ka executive mayor bani uyasebenza kumsebenzi lo akakawufundzeli hayi kuthi bantwana bami bangeke basebente kamasipala kuyenteka bane a particular skill lesibasifundzele baye emsebenzi besikolweni bafundzile bakhona ukuthi naye une right yokuthi bamqashe mara ngeke ngimthathe ngimfake la nalomunye namunye ngasebenza ngebukhurikhwiri if a qualifier uye babite community bathi fakani mapasi naye lahlela ipasi ngoba akasebenzi lo ahuduwa phumene pasi lakhe akusho ukuthi angasebenzi ngoba umntwana cancel angithi bebangalibona le pasi akakabuki uthethe inhlanhla enkulunkulu yamthatha yamfeka emsebenzini mara kuba wrong uma abantu bafanele bangenise abantu labanye abantu bangatholi umsebenzi ene bakwende ngobutsotsi so le livi lemphakathi liyokhulumisa letinto letiyendekako letingekho right in government starting from local district provincial ne national government mara kakhulu la eMpumalanga ukuthi sikhone kumsevisa kahle nisitlahe nisipimpe uma singanisebenzeli njengoba nisikhethile but siniwishela ukuthi nonke nisebende kuba buhlungu ungasebenzi uyibaba or umake or usesi ufundzile or ungakafunzi but thina ke siyimasipala weBush we do our best to employ and sithathe abantu ukuthi basebende siyababita labana qualifications sithi buyani low done as unemployed youth graduates low done sibe nani ku system yethu laba basebenta ngetandla uyagunda une kawash une shisanyama unani sisibuyani sivule youth affairs database ungenise ukuthi mina hayi ngiyachina lapha phansi kwesihlahla lelanga nifuna kuthengela abantu ama hair dryer nani nako kuyenda ngibiteni so we take from those are the initiatives just few lasendako ukuthi abantu labasha sibanakekele sibaside ukuthi nabo kuba na something lobakwenda kanti ke sinemabhasari every year sithatha abantwana bethu bayofunda bayafunza abantwana baseBush bahlakaniphile ngiyakutshela itolo just yesterday besinabo dokotela lomunye uphuma khona lapha eMariti uyacetha this year eUnisa lomunye uphuma ngalebo tsubulani baningi in various institutions bantwana bethu bayafunza so if bantwana beni bangasebenzi papa baceleni ba-apply nalapha kumabhasari ethu nanoma nganayo le bachelor siyakhona kumisa ecollege ayofundzela skills that can assist that particular young person waseBushbuck Ridge ukuthi akhona kuba nama-skills abuye atotisebenza so we're trying our best ukuthi kungabi na any family le ingatholakala ukuthi iyancedzeka so if wena sowundlulile kule 35 umntwana akho khona a-apply akhombise nokuthi khaya kusebenza umuntu abe nale affidavit maphoyisa tongibhalele if athola ipension make or baba afake naloko. Hey, kuba politician shahlupha senivulavula swo swa kutala but I was trying to answer.
Thanks, Executive Mayor, and thanks, colleagues, for the responses. Station Commander, ngicela usukuyima futhi. Ngicela usukuyima Station Commander. Mamtiva musi Station Commander wangwe. Tana Station Commander. Tatana Manana. This is our station commander Mkhuhlu, right? Do we have his number? I'm Nayona. What's up, Vanika? Vanika station commander.
No, ngibonge jeje. Ngibonga lethuba leli. Ngiyacabanga sonke sesi-ready sinayo iphepha ndikhona kubhala inombolo yami. Yeah, it is 072 805 2197. 072 805 2197.
Thanks, Station Commander. 072-805-2197. The reason yaku nikombela ku Station Commander ayinike number aye is because Station Commander is a point of entrance. Ifanela atiba imani na mani in the community where the station serves. Station commander ifanele aba accessible. He must be the first one to respond to all the problems of the community. And station commander must talk to the community on regular basis. Angaimeli kubana this kind of engagements. He must talk to us on regular basis. Thanks a lot, station commander. Last time I was here, I understood the station commander was going on pension in December, ne? Yeah, in December. Okay. Yeah. I understand in this district, General Kaba, crime has gone down. Crime has gone down in this district. Well done, Maporis. Well done. But I must say that even though it has gone down, I to the level where we want it to be. It has gone down, yes, but the levels are still high. We were analyzing the country's statistics, crime statistics last quarter. You see, you look at all categories of crimes and you realize, okay, crime is going down. Let me take Gauteng. Gauteng records where crime is going down, but it's still number one in terms of crime in the country. But it has gone down, but it's still number one in terms of crime in the country. So which means we are not making the impact that we are supposed to be making. So it means our efforts must be doubled, colleagues. Our efforts must continue to be doubled. Now, there is a problem. Someone spoke about police doing their work and people still roaming the street. I don't know if Department of Justice is here. Why are they not here? Yeah, maybe next time I must just come with the DG of Justice to communities.
Yesterday they were there.
They were there yesterday, but they decided not to come today. You see, there's nothing so disappointing. And Babukupai, we must do it here. General Klaba, we must do it here. All the cases that have been withdrawn for the past probably 5 years or so, Mr. Amaro, let's go back and do the evaluation of those cases and get reasons why exactly those cases were withdrawn. Let's do that, but let's intensify our Court Watch Brief program. You know the reason in Ebola saw, we were in the Eastern Cape last year and we analyzed cases in various police stations and courts. The high number of cases that were withdrawn, we realized that the reasons are not valid. Out of that whatever number, 300 of them got re-enrolled without any new information. Got re-enrolled into the dock, and the majority of that 300 people, the court, the process resulted in conviction in some of them. Resulted in convictions in some of them. And the majority of them are GBV cases. It then tells you there is a problem in the Department of Justice, which we must address. Because prosecutors, when the docket is not ready to be prosecuted, prosecutors do give instructions to police what to do. And in many cases, police attend to those instructions. But there are cases that we close or that we close as undetected, ourselves as police, that we close as undetected. Let us look into those as well and see why were those also closed undetected. So you focus here, Station Commander Banana, you focus Masoi, you focus Mariti, you focus Bushback Ridge, you focus Akonuk. So Calcutta, Masoi, Mariti, Bush, Akonuk. And then we say, why were they closed undetected? If it's lack of information, what information is lacking? Who was supposed to provide that information? Whether we cannot close that gap. In Soshangube, what they do in Soshangube and Tuli, executive mayor, the ward councillors and everybody meets with the community there. They came up with something that the community, each and every family must contribute 50 rand. Is it 50 rand? Eh? Yeah, each and every household must contribute 50 rand for the community patrollers. So that's what they do there in Soshangube. Although that program has got problems. It's got an accountability problems. A serious accountability problem. But it was a good thinking, good initiative, because what happens there is that you've got these people in the community who think they are special. So you have a business, they come to you and say, if you don't want your business not to be robbed, pay us. We'll give you protection for your business. If you don't pay them, they are themselves criminals. They come and vandalize your business. Now that is one problem that we're trying to resolve there in Soshanguve. But this thing of protection of businesses in the Eastern Cape is even bad because they even go to private individuals. They say, if you want your car not to be stolen, pay us, your car will not be stolen. So there are insurance as well, protecting communities. So it's even bad. So these things are things that are happening in communities. So if we don't get communities on our side, we won't win the battle. We will not win the battle. So let's get communities on our side. Let's make sure CPFs. I'm happy District Commissioner has spoken about these things with Mr. Kubai and Mr. Mith. Let's extend these things to street levels and train these people and train the people that are volunteers. Each and every street must have an ambassador. Each and every street must have an ambassador. Communities must know, because I agree that here we probably are talking to the converted. It's a pastor preaching the converted. We know that these people are all of them going to heaven because they are with you. They are praying with you every day. They are going to heaven. Those that are going to hell, that we want to convert, that they must go to heaven. Bala MK. You see, they're at MK. When it's 12 o'clock, midnight there, you can't pass. It's even worse now. They even closed the R56 there. What is this garage? District Commissioner. What is this garage? Elegant. Today it's a Saturday, Mr. Amaru. Just stay here. I will take you to my dad's farm across there. So we go there and have and then we will leave after 12 midnight. It's difficult to pass there. Difficult to pass there. You can't pass. The garage at night, during the day it's a garage. At night it's a nightclub. It's a garage during the day. Now you go there, it's very beautiful. You pass there, it's very beautiful. You can go in, put petrol, you go out. You come at night, it's a nightclub. So if we can't get communities on our side, maybe Bushbuck Ridge, let's have a challenge, me and you. Let's deal with this thing of economic activities and events and everything else around Bushbuck Ridge. I saw Sports and Culture had Metro Awards in Mbombela. Mpumalanga has become a Mbombela or Wheatbank. It must extend to everywhere. So that these activities, these economic activities must happen even in Bushbuck Ridge. Maybe let's sit down with myself, yourself, HOD Sports, I volunteer myself there. HOD Ntombela, we sit and we see what we can come up with around the issues. The working equipments of CPFs. Last year, National Commissioner set aside 70 million for CPFs, right? I don't know how much Mpumalanga got to deal with the working equipments for CPFs and so forth. That money will continue to be rolled out. But Kubai, Limpopo gives stipends to CPFs. On quarterly basis. It's something. Aye, man. Where's the HOD? Let's think about it. Because you know what's going to happen if we don't. I can tell you now, the law will be passed this year. Because last week we've signed it off to cabinet for introduction to parliament. So this year the law will be passed. Provinces will be compelled by law to set aside budgets for the stipends of CPFs. You see, so why don't we start preparing now? So that when the law is passed, we don't scratch our head and say, where are we getting the money from? Let's say this, because that is going to happen. The law is going to be passed. National Commissioner and myself will only be responsible for the national board of CPFs. Provincial boards, local CPFs, and everybody else will be the responsibility of MEC for community safety and security.
We'll look at it.
Yeah, so let's look at these things because it's correct. We've been talking about these CPF things for a very long time. Kale kuluma these things. So at some point we have to deal with these things. The corruption of detectives and so forth, it's a problem. It's being raised everywhere we go in the country. So we have two problems. Because for me, detectives it's a specialized thing. It's a specialized thing, and although we have a program of recruiting those that have left to come back into the service as detectives because they've got experience and so forth, especially those that decided to resign before retirement age and so forth. That program, National Commissioner is running it, and people are coming back. But we are also beefing up detectives from the trainees that come out and so forth and so forth. But those trainees, if without experience, the work of detective will be difficult for them. So they need mentoring, serious mentoring. But this thing of corruption, we can't continue to talk about it. Because the gap we're talking about and the trust issues we're talking about, if you have an allegation against the police officer of corruption and selling of dockets and other things, it erodes that trust, isn't it? It erodes the trust in the communities. So let's take that matter seriously. District Commissioner, introduce it to the Hawks. Let's see if what they can do, what information can come out, and then we deal with it. But IPID, government has put checks and balances in place. IPID, where is IPID? Are they here? They're not here. IPID, no. Because it's their work. It's their work. They must help communities. Some of us, you see, our work is based on the laws that establishes us. I can't go start an investigation against the police. I don't have that mandate. But IPID has that mandate. They must do their work. Let's, as much as we are going to say DPSI look at this matter, but let's also get IPID into it so that they can deal with police corruption. In KwaZulu-Natal and Eastern Cape, this construction mafia thing, that annoys me a lot. This construction mafia, MMC, it annoys me a lot because you come up with a project that is supposed to help the community. Somebody comes and demands 30%. People don't go and work. People just sit, look at the tender bulletin, who has been awarded what tender, and then they go and demand 30%. They go demand 30%. What nonsense is that? You go demand 30%. And they do that in a manner that it's no longer a secret for them. It's like it's normal. They must just do it. Now, these people do that thing. It's a crime. It's extortion. It's a crime. It's fraud. You can't do it.
You can't do it. These people must just be arrested. You can't do it. It's not allowed. And business people that are getting this work must help the police to be able to investigate this type of crimes and arrest these people. Projects get compromised. You'll find that the quality of the project is no longer good because money must now go to this person instead of money going into the project. They even go to an extent of saying who must be employed in that community. So your CLOs no longer play the role anymore of what CLOs are supposed to be playing. Now, these people are deciding, no, this one must be employed, that one must be employed, and so forth and so forth. And the project does no longer serve the community, it serves their own interest. We can't continue to do that. Some of these things must really come to an end. Yes, unemployment, the executive mayor has dealt with this one. Unemployment is very high, and so forth. Probably when we meet with the MM, because sometimes we need to come up with initiatives as communities and as government to ensure that there's job opportunities and so forth. But where there is crime, there cannot be development. People are scared to come and invest where there is crime. Other municipalities are holding what they call Abo Economic Summit, job creation and what summit, to come up with initiatives in terms of what needs to be done to mitigate the high levels of poverty in our communities. Because unemployment in the country is currently high. It's currently high, and the president has given us a challenge to ensure that we bring unemployment down, and the NDP have said by 2030, unemployment will have been halved. That's what the NPP, it's our own document, and that's what it says. So we must be able to deal with that. I thought I must just cover the few other questions that I felt Guru colleagues have left and have not been answered, so that we answer completely. Having said that, colleagues, we will continue to grapple with these things until we say we are fine. May I will come back. I promised last year that we will come back in Calcutta. Even now, before we give Deputy Minister Matale and Minister Mkhuhlu the report, as well as the MEC and the Executive Mayor, because they must all get the report, we will still come back again and say, now there were few issues. These were the issues that were raised. This is how far we have gone. But the most important issue that I think we need to come back and report on is the withdrawal of cases. Is the withdrawal of cases and cases closed undetected. Those are the issues that we must come and look at. And station commander here is better, is still brand new. I'm sure he still has an energy. Start with the work, look at your detectives. I know the number of detectives you have, not the number that you require. It's unfortunate, so you have to do the best with the little you've got in this area. But we encourage that you have this regular engagement with communities on regular basis, so that communities create. You see, once the community have trust that the station commander is with us, you will have all the information. Because the community knows what is happening around them. They know Gurmani, Wakamani, Endlaini, Namani, Luxui. They even know who is selling drugs in these pasta shops. They know. These drugs in these pasta shops, they know who's selling them. They know Kore, Lama Konweni, all these people Bashavsa sweet in the corners at night. If you, for instance, you go to MK, somebody is selling stick sweets there. Who sells stick sweets at Jalen Napsik? At Jalen Napsik, who sells stick sweets? You would find them by Melaya, they are selling stick sweets. At Jalen Napsik, who buys a stick sweet at Jalen Napsik? There's something happening there. That's what they know. They know who sells dagga in schools. You see, they were dagga obtained at school in Amadlala Nale Thoman from the recent raid. How did this dagga go there? I know Judge Zondo said we can smoke dagga. I don't know what was he smoking as well, but he said we can smoke dagga. I don't know where does that thing come from. A child can't smoke dagga. It's unimaginable. He can't smoke dagga. That is unacceptable. So if we come closer to the community, we engage with the community will give us information and will uproot these criminals. We will definitely uproot these criminals. We will definitely uproot these criminals. So let's work closely with communities, colleagues. Having said that, let me call you Ndabezitha as we draw to the closure to make the remarks. And thereafter, I won't come back. After Ndabezitha, I'll call our MMC to give us a vote of thanks, and then we pray thereafter. Ndabezitha. I won't come back after this. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, Program Director. Anis sungule yuku sheweta DG Wahina. The sheweta our mayor. The sheweta our Major General. Hiku komisa nuku all protocol observed. On behalf of traditional leaders, we want to thank the DG for coming back to give us the feedback. Subula sona saku action is speaker louder than the words. Loko bulabula ntsena hinga acti it's nothing. But action ibulabula ngofu. We used to say kubulabula ngofu akufuni. It's better itira ngofu. Let me say this. We as traditional leaders, we lead the community that is suffering. The sicknesses or the illness, some of the illnesses are caused by those who are supposed to protect the community. Ungeteli wrong as a leader if the community is suffering. Let me start by saying Bushbuck Ridge, we know Sago is a place of tourists. People cannot come to our place if it's not safe. We need to have a safer place. But because of some things that are happening, especially in the police, contribute to crimes. If hingawa na maporisa la anga committed entirweni wa wona, lawa anga tshembeka kahle, lawa a respondaka in time, swilo swingalunga. Lawa a kotaka ku keepa the secret or to have leswi ngo I confidentiality. But if ever you give them some information, they will keep it to themselves. But because those who are not loyal, those who don't care about the community, they care about themselves or their own benefits. That's why crime is like this. In Daulenga inga safe iendla swaku kuba na development. Our places or our communities cannot develop well if they are not protected, if the community is not safe. Because no one loyata ka sulava kutsama eka ndawu yeleyo. So, but by working together, working together, we can do more. Working together, we can bring change. Working together, we can achieve whatever we want. Thank you to the community of Mariti and around these places. There is no way people can come to your own place and make sure that you are safe unless as the community you wake up and protect yourself. Ikesangov, my CPF, my patrollers, police, let us work together. It's very much embarrassing when you call the police to come and assist, but we don't have a vehicle or we don't have manpower. Mara lokba heleketa anwadi ya protection order bafamba itwathi move about 6. Then you ask yourself, why is it like this? So iribanda bezita, we are saying, he can't go fukuta and then report. It seems as if there is something that is happening. Na ina hitakota kuetela wrong. And esubula sona swakulo kitirisana, whatever challenges will able swaku he singobe. So we are saying sicela kakhulu ku Department of Justice. When you look at the cases, it seems as if the SAPS is not working well. Because umuntu bayambamba bamthole right-handed, I enter that thing. It justificates we want the proof. Now umuntu bamthole. Bamthole a rape, bafuna a proof leisure. But we give that person who would say I apply a bail for what? Because the evidence is there. So let us work together. Nazi as traditional leaders, siyoba ne peace in the community. Nazi as traditional leaders, siyokona to lead ngesizotha, to lead ngendlela lekahle, to lead ngepride. But if ever the community is living with fear, fear brings failure. It means we are failing in the community and there will be no development in those areas. As I'm closing, a safe place makes people to have a peace of mind. A safe place makes people to live in unity and harmony. Without peace, we cannot live in unity. Crime brings division in the community. Because the people who are committing crime, they live in the same areas. So if you close the gap between the SAPS and the community by having confidentiality, things will go well. Things will be okay. Forward we go. Let's work together and make sure that we achieve whatever we want. I thank you.
Thank you very much, DG, our program director. Yimandibula ku executive mayor la ilekerekeni la. Inkateko before ipfala na n'wini wa ndhawu so koho mfundhisi lonkulu baba Ngomana hi lavaya le ndzhaku. Hi mani teka nkarhi lowu ni pfuxela vafundhisi hinkwavo lava nga koho la. Our DG, the one and only, the first citizen of Bushbuck Ridge, Luanga Ntwele Vusiwana and the appointer, and nika this directorate, Mayor wa me. Baba Kubai, na team name Takana Yoga Province, Major General Kaba, na collective yawe, station commander wa me, Baba Manana Kukwalan, Imandibula Kaba ku, team le ngana yola Calcutta kumbe in Bushbuck Ridge. So far so good, we're working together. Ndivula ku the stakeholders hinkwat leti nga kola vosi bya bankuna na bakwina hi la ku vula ku n'wina hinkwenu ti stakeholders CPFs, patrollers, all officials from nationally, provincial and local. Tamanin Abshin leshi shinga kola, it's very short. The protocol is established will. Hila kumkhensa miri hinkwenu. Hiri xikwembu xi mi hlayisa. A hi khomisaneni ku lwa na xingungumana lexi xi nga koho xa vugevenga hi ku hambanahambana ka byona. Hi mani ni vula ni tlhela ni pfumela ku team ya hehe ya xiphorisa i ntiyiso siku rin'wana na rin'wana swi vona mi le ku improveni. Mani na mani wa swi vona. Mara ku na nkingha yin'we. Kuna artist leyi ndi yi tivaka hi Raymond Nyati. Yi ngo bye tingwenza. Yi vulavula na swin'wana na swin'wana. Kuna nkingha ku issue ya rape executive mayor yi busy leswi n'wana hinkwaswo a swi vona nga ku swa control eka nyana. Hey, but nowadays va bava na va buti a hi khulumeni na va makhwaya na va sesi na yini a hi kombeleni man impela u ya pfinyana n'wana lontsongo. It's a problem on its own. Hi la ku kombela la ku mithini un'wana un'wanyana lowu vitiwaka hi makhanselara issue ya crime hi kombela yi va part ya priority yi tshama yi ri ko ka agenda. Issue ya ku besta ka ti-transformers mhaka ya tizinyokanyoka yi va part ya va ku standing items ka ti-agenda leti va ka ko ka ti-communities ta hina. Always mayor u tshama vulavula hi swona. Hi la ku kombela ku a swi vitani. This meeting, DG, we really appreciate your effort and your team. These are one of the principles of Batupili. Kuben at least ta account aka community. We really appreciate. Thank you very much. God bless you all. It's Saturday. Na sikura ku Saturday kumbi Sunday. Hey, tira 24/7. Here host onge ingomi katekisa mere hinkwenu. Thank you very much.
Mfundisi ikombele ku pfaleliwa hi xikhongelo tani hi pfule hi xikhongelo va tele vafundhisi ni vone mfundhisi Gwevana ni vone mfundhisi ya kombele ku pfaleliwa hi xikhongelo loko ka hi nga pfali hi xikhongelo Chiefs yi nge wini phela. Manje mendi nda swi tiva swa ku Pirates yi ta wina manje ya.
Ndacela sisukumeni sonke sitothandaza. Asithandazeni babe egameni lika Jesu Kristu uNkulunkulu wasezulwini, the Lord God Almighty, wena lo dele izulu nemhlaba. Nkosi, we thank you once more kunalithuba losiphe lona namuhla. Babe siyabonga konke lokwendekela kule ndzawo. Indeed, God, we agree you were with us here. Siyabonga namanje sahlukana. Sigcina Nkosi tindleleni ngokwahlukahlukana sihambe kahle siphephile emakhaya. Sicela konke lokho ngokholo egameni lika Jesu Kristu. Amen. Yes. Gune lunch, light to the dining hall. Please, let's go for lunch up there. And the dignitaries where there was briefing this morning, please assemble there. Thank you.